Hey there, and welcome in everybody to another DFS Army podcast brought to you by the one, the only, Choppodong. That is me. I am an original gangsta here at DFSArmy.com, and I hope you want to learn how to play classic daily fantasy sports like we can teach, like only we can teach here at DFSArmy.com. Follow us out on Twitter. Follow me at Choppodong. Follow DFS Army at DFS Army, and basically learn, play, win. It can't be simpler. Speaking of simple, hyper simple way to set up the optimizer, the Domination Station, to beat MLB cash games this season. If you're interested in single sport combinations, it doesn't get any better than the MLB promo code. 10% off knocks $44.99 down to $40.49. You get access to the leverage stacks, to the chalkboard. You get access to our coaching, and you get access to the Domination Station by using that coupon code. Now, if you want to become a VIP and unlock every sport that we do, from soccer to tennis to baseball to basketball to, football, NASCAR, whatever, then you need to become a VIP. And that is also in the drop-down menu at dfsarmy.com/pricing. So head over there. And again, when you leave, click the like, click the notification bell, and get every podcast that we drop going forward from here on out. A little quick glance at the track record. Army helmets up top all the time. All day, every day, 24/7, baby. That's what we do here at DFS Army. But if you're going to jump in and you're going to want to learn how to set this optimizer up for cash games, let's open up the optimizer and show you how to do it. This has got to be one of the easiest ways to do it. And I have had DM after DM after DM thank me for setting up such a simple system that beats cash games. And this is going to take, I don't know, what do you got, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? This is going to take no time to figure out how to do yourself. Works on Drafkings just like it does on Fanduel here, but we're going to show you Fanduel because the whole damn industry covers nothing but Drafkings. And I don't know about you, but I kind of zig when everybody else zags. It's kind of my thing. But we're going to dive down here, leave it in optimal mode, maybe one, maybe two unique players, your call. 3 lineups, 5 lineups, once again, your call. I'm not a fan in MLB of using 8 and 9 hitters. You want at-bats. At-bats equal opportunity. In MLB, you want as many at-bats as possible. I'm not interested in wraps, stacking them. I'm interested in the dude that's going to get the extra at-bats, and that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters mostly. 6 and 7 maybe for a little bit of salary rounding out. And if I build stacked lineups, I do. If I don't, I don't. That's okay with me. I'm not going to use the stacking feature at all. I'm not even going to open it up. What I am going to do is I'm going to sort all of our players by projection. And I'm going to uncheck every single one of them. And I'm going to start checking back the top 3 or 4 at each position, leaving in a little bit of wiggle room for salary. I look at Tristan McKenzie. I look at James Paxton. I look at Sean Manaea. Tanner Hook, that's fine. Reese Olson, Joe Boa, don't need you. These guys could be great tournament picks, but for your cash games, these guys are about it. Top 3 or 4 usually gets it done. Sometimes we'll find a super, super deep position where we need to get into, 4, 5, 6 guys to get down out of the chalk, but catchers don't usually need them. If you want to type in a Wilson Contreras, that's fine. You're not going to need the guy. Catcher and first base, typically first base outperforms catchers most of the time. Cash game-wise, we're looking for consistency. We're looking for production. We're looking for those types of spots. So once again, when we're looking at single-digit catchers, we know we probably don't need them. We can live with first baseman. So Vladdy, Torkelson, Goldschmidt, Casas, you guys are in. Maybe some Justin Turner, maybe some Jake Cronenworth. If I'm looking for a little bit of salary relief to get me under 3K, that's fine. Probably not going to use them anyway. Mookie Betts, obviously, almost could be a lock the way he's playing. He should be higher owned than 25% in cash. These are GPP ownerships. But your top 3 or 4, whatever there, we'll go down to 5, 15. See the drop-off, 15 to 9%? That's a pretty significant drop-off. We can use any of these guys. When I run into the third base position, again, Rafael Devers up top. And I probably don't even need Jose Ramirez or Nolan Arenado, but I can certainly use them again, hovering around, no break off. There's a break here between Ibanez and Jose Ramirez. If you wanted to stop it there, you can. Doesn't matter to me how you're doing it. You're just taking the top-owned players, and you're going to let the DS or the Domination Station optimize. You're going to get a little bit deeper. Well, there's a lot of potential chalk today. Bo Bichette, fine. I don't need Volpe down in the 7, probably. I want those at-bats. Leadoff hitter and Bogarts is fine. If you wanted to include Bichette, I guess that's all right. But when you get to the outfield position, now's when you're going to get a little deeper. I said 3 to 5 guys, but when I get to the outfield position, I'm generally speaking going to get on down there a little ways. Is this a shorter? It's not even a shorter slate. Very interesting how deep these ownerships are getting. But Springer leading off, fine. Kana, I guess. Stanton, I guess. They're owned enough. Tucker's a good bomb candidate. These guys here are kind of where you're going to be cutting it off. If you wanted to only include 15% or higher, that's fine too. In theory, we shouldn't really pick up a ton of these guys, but they're all pretty cash viable. In a sport like MLB that is super, super volatile, you're just going to have to eat some of it. Now, the chalk fails here more often than anything. You're letting the optimal right. Basically, you're setting an optimized lineup on a very thin player pool and just saying, come and get me. I'm setting the bar right here. You got to come and get me. You're going to take risk, you're going to stack, you're going to screw up, and I'm going to just sit there and march into the 50-50 cut lines and just walk away with $2 on my dollar and just keep on going all year long while you keep trying to get over yourself and try to get an edge. You don't need an edge in cash games. What you need is optimal lineups and good projections. DFS Army offers you that. When we scroll down, looks like Huck's our main guy. Looks like we got a lot of Vladdy, we got a lot of Donovan, we got a lot of Bichette. Got some Nolan Arenado. Looks like Cardinals and Toronto are going to be heavy tonight. A little bit of Judge, Tucker. Are you really worried about these studs all over your lineup? Scroll down and pick one. Sure, you got 4 Toronto Blue Jays. So what? 4x2 with Cardinals. So what? Scroll down. You don't want that. Scroll down until those Blue Jays disappear. There's a 3 stack of them. There's a 3 stack of them. There's a 3 stack of them. You can pick from any one of those as well. You've got a 1, 2, 3 stack and a 1, 4 stack there with a 1, 2, 3. These are all top 3 and 4 hitters. You can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. These guys all have a decent floor if there is such a thing in MLB. Here we go. Okay, so you don't want Stanton in the 5. So you don't take that lineup. Take this one. The difference between 137 projected points and 137.5 projected points is immeasurable due to the variance of the game. Don't sweat stuff like this. I see the questions all the time. What do I do? Do I take the higher projected lineup? No, if you're cutting off by half a point, you're doing it wrong and you don't understand the concept anyway. The wide range of outcomes in MLB projections is absolutely ridiculous. But it looks like you're just going to be stuck with some Toronto and some Cardinals. If you want Corbin Carroll, then you'd choose this lineup. If you want Aaron Judge, you'd choose this lineup. If you want Gleyber Torres, you choose this one. If you want Breno Donovan, you choose this one. It's just all. If you want Kyle Tucker, choose this one. Any one of these lineups is great. When I run these through back testing and I run these 5 lineups, oftentimes 3 and 4 of the 5 cash, so you've got a 60 to 80% chance of picking the correct lineup anyway, and you go from there. You run this slate in, slate out, slate in, slate out, slate in, slate out. This exact procedure, a couple of unique players, no randomness, no stacking, no nothing. Uncheck everybody and go back and check all the top owned players in. Bing. You've got yourself a player pool of what, 44 players? That's a little bit tight or a little bit loose. If we wanted to come back in here and start cutting things down, let's say we run up to about 15%. Let's run back up to 15%. That leaves us 3 shortstops. That leaves us what? 3 or 4 first basemen. It doesn't give us Jose Ramirez. If you want to include Jose Ramirez, it's fine. 18, 18, 16 is a lot of second basemen. Interesting. First base, no Casas. There's your 13, well, 14, 15. Looks like only Vladdy. It's probably going to use Vladdy anyway. Don't need any catchers. Nobody's high enough owned. 15%, you come down to just these 2 pitchers, and you're good to go. You wouldn't pick up Huck. Let's see how that changes things. You got 1 or 2 unique lineups, and these lineups are just going to be slightly different. You got Tristan McKenzie, Vladdy, and now you don't have so many Blue Jays. You've got yourself Gleyber Torres, a 1-3. You've got yourself a 1-3 in St. Louis. You've got yourself Trevor Story. These are all highly owned lineups. Once again, a 130.5, a 130.5, there's no difference between the two. 129.3, no difference between the two. Your ownership is higher, so if it's me, I might expand that player pool just a smidge. This player pool is what, 18 players? Usually somewhere between 15 and 25 to 30 players is good enough, and you're good to go. This is the system that you would run all year long in your 50-50s, and if you finish 55% of the time or better in the cash, you're going to have a profitable season. It's that easy. You get over the rake, you get over all of the other players that don't necessarily know what they're doing, or they're too busy overthinking it, or they don't have access to these projections, and you beat them. You just grind them down throughout the year. You know, if you had a 90-win season out of 162, you might get frustrated for 6, 7, 8 games in a stretch, or you might go 8 out of 10 games losing. Don't get frustrated. Go back to the system. The system works. Just like a baseball team, 90 games out of 162 is a playoff team. It's a winning playoff team every year. So strive for similar results, similar expectations. Don't think you're going to win 75, 80% of the time. It doesn't exist. But you can win and beat the rake and be a profitable MLB player if you just do this. It doesn't have to be harder than this. Like I said before, like and subscribe to the video. Maybe throw a comment in the section. Turn the notifications on so you get all of the videos that are getting ready to come out. We talk poker. We talk MLB. We talk, hell, there's a free poker community that we've created as well. There's all sorts of things that we talk at DFS Army, the Sharp app, my channel, whatever. You guys are more than welcome to jump in, talk anything you want to talk in the Discords, and we'll be there for you, and we'll help you become better players. In the meantime, take care tonight. Hopefully you win. We'll see you later.